What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Yo, 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 it's RDS here, back again for another movie review. I know it's been a while. I know it has been a while. I do apologize, but I've got to review. You know I'm a Sonic fan. I have got to review Sonic 3 the movie. I've watched it twice already. And this film, first and foremost, this film was amazing. This film was really, really good. I personally think it was the best of the trilogy. But before we get into it, if you are new guys, subscribe to Red Marvel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, and follow us on Twitch as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my kind of spoiler-free review summary of the movie first, and then afterwards, I'm going to then proceed into the spoiler territory. So, if you haven't watched it, this is going to be my start off spoiler-free review, and then midway through the review, I will switch to spoilers because there's some massive things that need to be talked about. So, first and foremost, here. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, okay, is a breathtaking roller coaster of action, humor, and heart that truly cements this franchise as a top-tier video game adaptation, okay? From start to finish, the film is a thrilling joyride that keeps you on the edge of your seat while delivering everything fans could want and more. 100%, guys, okay? For me, the standout aspect of this movie is its perfect balance of nostalgia, but also, making it different, innovation. Longtime Sonic fans will be thrilled by obviously the callbacks, the Easter eggs, etc., and also the character arcs, especially regarding Shadow and Robotnik in this movie. I also think there is enough for new fans that will keep because of the engaging story, the characters, and also the film's accessible story and entertaining jokes. Although that might not be for everybody. For me, one of the big aspects of this film that's actually at the heart of it, compared to, say, I think the SA2 game, is actually the chemistry between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I actually think that works a lot better in this movie than it did in SA2, where in the game, it felt more like Sonic was on his adventure doing his thing, Tails kind of supports him, and Knuckles was busy off just collecting pieces and doing his own thing. Here, there's much more chemistry here, and it's pretty good. Obviously, Idris Elba's Knuckles, for me, I think was one of the best characters in the movie. I like Idris Elba's Knuckles, the warmth that he has, the warrior spirit that he has. There's a particular scene that I'll come to in the spoiler section that I think was really, really well done. Jim Carrey's Robotnik playing Gerald, and obviously Ivor Robotnik at the same time was really good, especially in two different roles, might I add. I bet with the same quirkiness. And Keanu Reeves as Shadow, my goodness, man, he kills as Shadow. He definitely fits movie Shadow. His monotone voice, with even the emotion involved in it, he's definite. So fantastic all around. Visually, the movie is really good. They've clearly spent a lot more money on this movie now because of obviously the success of the previous two. So visually, it's much better. You can clearly see in the action sequences that's so good. In the first scene in particular that you've seen in trailers, when Team Sonic are confronting Shadow, it's brilliant. It's nice to see. It is an action-paced movie. The pacing can be very, very quick. You're going from one action scene to next. I think they could have maybe slowed down a little bit, but visually, it's a really visually good morning. I think the only negative thing you could say is that maybe it'd be nice to see some more zones from Sonic games, more colorful things. But obviously, this is based on SA2. You know, at its core, though, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's an experience, man. It's an example of video game movies done right, with blending fast-paced action, genuine laughs, an emotional core. And for me, it's one of the best video, if not the best video game movie probably of all time. I can't think of many video game adaptations that are better than this. I generally cannot think of many that are better than this film. So shout out to Sega, shout out to Paramount. It's a fantastic family film, and for me, it's an absolute must-see during the season. Hopefully, it does well and smashes mufasa. Now, let's get to the spoiler section, guys. Okay, spoilers. Okay, spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers. Okay, guys. First and foremost, right? Super Sonic versus Super Shadow was badass. Super Sonic versus Super Shadow was absolutely badass. I didn't expect that. I did, because I think, unfortunately, the last trailer, I think, gave away too much. I think the last trailer actually wasn't helpful to the movie. I think it would have been nice to go into the movie thinking that, oh, Robotnik and Sonic were going to team up, and then you're like, wait a minute, is he going to sort of? That would have been nice suspense. I think the second trailer revealed a bit too much because there was a little glimmer of light. So I was thinking, okay, Super Sonic is probably going to be in this, but what I didn't expect was to see Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight. The trailer threw off there, where it's actually Shadow in his super form fighting Super Sonic. I didn't expect that. That was really good. The action scene from that was almost like from Dragon Ball Z, which is where the movies are. Honorable mentions, a lot of Easter eggs, even the kind of like the Eggman's ringtone being like from the EGG Eggman theme was nice. Like I said in the spoiler-free review, the chemistry between Sonic, Tails, Knuckles was good. There was a moment in the movie where Sonic is pissed because Shadow obviously hurt Tom and he's in the hospital and he's angry. And Tails is like, listen, it'll be okay. And Sonic bounds him, says, you think it will be okay? And Knuckles is like, listen, he's just trying to comfort you. And then Sonic is like, listen, I want the Master Emerald now. Like, and he's about to fight. He's literally about to fight Knuckles. Because Knuckles needs to tell him, doesn't know where it is. And he's about to fight Knuckles, being like, you better tell me. And Knuckles is like, don't do this. Don't do this. But he stands down and he's like, listen, you might have betrayed the vow, the trust that we had, but I still have to honor mine. And I'm like, this is the difference between Knuckles and Boom or Game Knuckles, where, yes, is Knuckles the sharpest tool in the shed? No. He's still a fish out of water character, but at his core, he's a warrior. He's a guardian. He is an animal of honor. And I like how they're going that way with Knuckles, where like he's a warrior. He's an honorable warrior. That's his thing. That's his personality. So at his core, he's a simple, honorable character. And I love that. I love that. I'll be honest, Sonic was annoying in this movie. Some of the jokes were a little bit like, what? And I can see why. I think some people, I'm hoping in subsequent movies he can be matured a little bit. He matured a little bit more in this movie, especially towards the end. But I can see why he's a bit annoying. I can see why he is a bit annoying. There were a lot of jokes in the movie that I would argue didn't hit. I don't think as much. And because there was a lot of action, it didn't seem to really care. Maria obviously done really well. The Shadow Maria chemistry was good. Gerald, I think, was fine. They kind of explained why he's alive for that long. I think it's Shadow's like spike, the chaos energy from his spike that keeps him kind of alive. So I guess fair enough. What else? Yeah, I mean a lot of good references. Obviously no Bio-Lizard, but they see it in there's a TV that Maria and Shadow kind of see. The human characters aren't so overbearing, which I think is obviously really good. The Tokyo fight scene I think was great. Obviously Shadow and the bite, the gun, everything like that was really, really good. So yeah, I mean, I think definitely a fan movie. And the post-credit react scenes when we see Amy and you've got these army of Metal Sonics, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I think that they'll probably do, people saying Sonic Heroes, but I think more Sonic CD. Because Sonic Heroes, you have to bring in like another 10, like you only have the 3 characters in Shadow and now Amy, which is 5. You've got to bring in like another, like there were 12 characters, you've got to bring in like another like 7. You haven't got Rouge, you haven't got Omega. Where's Team Chaotix? You haven't got Big, you haven't got Cream, and those characters were established kind of beforehand. I think Cream's first. Yeah, Cream's first appearance in Sonic Advance 2, which I think was before Sonic Heroes. So for me, I think my prediction is that they're probably going down the Sonic CD route, and probably maybe bulking it up a bit. Maybe potentially taking in some stuff from the British comic about the whole Brotherhood of Metallic situation, and that maybe Amy is actually, unlike Amy being, because she had like a hood and everything, so it almost gave me the impression that Amy is potentially, like, they could do it in a way where instead of being this because the Metal Sonic's got to come from somewhere, and presumably, and have an origin in Eggman. So they probably could spin it in a way and say that Amy was actually from the future, like Silver. And you know, in the future, she's in the future in a time where Metal Sonic has basically conquered like the world, and she's come back to this moment, you know, to try and, you know, reverse things and stop things. Stuff like that. That would be interesting, I think, for Amy's character. Obviously, as long as they keep the chemistry between the two, and hopefully Sonic matures from that. But yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Sonic movie. I think it was fantastic. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to Red Marvel. Follow us on Twitter and obviously Twitch as well. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Peace, peace, peace.